Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Spearhead Sundays podcast. I'm your host, Lewis Spears. This episode is sponsored by you and your support on Patreon. If you're listening to this, the final show in Melbourne, the Comedy Festival, is on tonight. And I don't know, as of recording, there's about 40 tickets left. So if it's not sold out by now, come see me. It's your last chance in Melbourne. This run of shows has been amazing, and we're taking it all over Australia, and we've got some UK dates that'll be coming very soon, plus some other countries too. LewSpears.com to get your tickets or to put your email on a list, so I will message you when I'm on the way. We also have the Serial Pest merchandise, the t-shirts and the signed poster. We've got a cool bundle that makes it a bit cheaper as well, and I'm signing the poster, and the shirts are just the best quality thing we've made shirt-wise ever. So that's great. Anyway, unfortunately, I think the movie industry is so dead because it seems like the only way to make money is to intentionally create and release a bad movie and then incite young teenagers to treat that showing of the movie like they're fucking Vikings raiding a village. The Minecraft movie is an objectively bad film, and it will make more than $1 billion because Zoomers think it's funny to attend a bad movie and hype up a moment that sucks and start screaming and pillaging and throwing popcorn everywhere. Now, if I was 17, would I be doing this? Yes. In fact, I would be lighting fires underneath the seat. Okay? The shit that I was getting up to in secret when I was 17 would have landed me in prison. But none of that was being posted online or encouraged. I just found it funny to smash things and break windows. I loved vandalism. Now, if you gave me a trend that encouraged going into a public space and filming myself throwing food everywhere, I'd be thinking that's not enough. I need to light something on fire. I need to bring a box cutter in and cut up a chair. Because, and unfortunately, that's the only reason why cinemas are remaining open. Is because not only are they allowing these chaotic sessions where young boys who are craving, without knowing it, being sent off to war. Like a 17, 18-year-old boy, he needs something to fight for. And if you don't give him something to fight for, he's going to round up 30 of his mates from school and go to a Minecraft showing and scream so loud and throw so much food that bewildered parents of young children that are there but unaware of the trend will start leaving because their children are scared. That's what happens when we don't have a war, all right? I'm not saying that wars are good. In fact, I think they're bad, but if we don't do them, our public spaces suffer. And I think that it's so funny that movie cinemas are in such a dire place right now that their business literally hinges on allowing fucking animals to come in and ruin the theater experience for anyone who doesn't have TikTok. I saw a video just this morning, and don't get me wrong, it made me cry laughing, and I will be seeing the Minecraft film just so that I can witness this. I'll be seeing this by myself in school holidays. I'm 31 years old. I'll be sitting up the back, and I'm just going to watch the teens burn it down. I won't participate because I could get arrested for it, all right? If I start screaming in a movie cinema, I'm going to prison. But, you know, a fucking young Zoomer, 15 years old, can bring in a chicken and behead it halfway through a Minecraft movie and it'll go viral on TikTok because it's funny and the police will give him a warning and let him go. If I do that, I'm going to jail, as I should. This made me laugh so much that I downloaded it during the chicken jockey scene. I'm watching children throwing flour, popcorn. It looks like it's fucking snowing. A guy has brought in eggs and is piffing them at the screen. That's what I would be doing. And yes, it's a terrible thing to encourage, but fuck, it's an amazing thing to be part of. And when I see that stuff, I miss being 17. It makes me want to just fucking vandalize a cinema. And unfortunately, that's the way the movie industry is now, because they tried giving us good films. We don't see them. We do not go to see good films. Good films, we wait for them to come out on the streaming service, and then we watch half of it while also looking at our phone and then fall asleep. That's what being a director is now. It's stressing yourself into an early grave so that some fucking idiot who can't watch it without subtitles can half enjoy some of it, then get distracted by TikTok. That's what being a director is now. Dedicating your entire life to one of the most noble and difficult art forms in the world, which is creating genuinely good cinema. And then people, will get a little bit too high and fall asleep after the intro of the film. So now the only way to actually make a profit releasing cinema is to put Jack Black in a fucking green warehouse and make him sing bad Tenacious D songs in a completely animated horseshit film, put Jason Momoa in drag, and then tell Gen Z kids, oh, if you guys want to fuck during this, we don't care. Just please pay $11 for the ticket. All these people in the comment section of all of these videos of kids throwing popcorn everywhere going, oh, think about the minimum wage worker that has to clean up after the kids. I'll have you know that the only reason that minimum wage worker has a wage at all is because once a year, the cinema allows kids to come in and throw Coke on the seats. And that's bad, and it's a terrible sign for the future of not only the country, but also the movie industry. But that's the way it is now, because they tried giving us good films. We didn't go and see them. We just didn't see them. The Minecraft film is going to make $1 billion. And it's not because of the film at all. It's because we are allowing 17-year-olds to behead each other in the aisle during the film. I guarantee you, if all the cinemas banded together and had a security guard during the Minecraft showings, the kids would be like, oh, we're not seeing it. And then Hoyts would close down. And don't get me wrong, I fucking hate an interactive cinema experience. I saw Avengers Endgame the night it came out, and I was shitty that people were cheering during the, shut up, it's a movie! Thanos can't hear you. He's not real. I'm trying to enjoy my Marvel slop. Shut the fuck up. But unfortunately, because of the cultural, just the cultural destruction that is social media, everywhere is turning into America and American culture, and they clap when the plane lands and scream in the cinema. So that's what we're doing now. And all power to them, okay? Because what did you expect people to do during the fucking Minecraft movie? Did you expect them to sit there and go, this is good? No. It's not like if someone did that during, I don't know, Schindler's List, I would be a little bit pissed off. But if someone's coming in with a live chicken and throwing it in the air, traumatizing it for the Minecraft movie, like, it's like, yeah, that's what we did to these kids. Like, that's our fault. You know? We didn't let them go to school for 2 years. We kept them locked in the house when they were supposed to be learning how to socialize. We told them that the outside world was scary and dangerous and they weren't allowed to participate in it. And then the minute they get out and start seeing movies by themselves, we're like, oh, why are they screaming and throwing food? Because that's who we raised. No one told these kids that you probably shouldn't be screaming so much in a cinema that it makes toddlers cry. In fact, no one told these kids anything. They said, stay the fuck in your room. If you go outside, your grandma's going to die. So all they did was play Minecraft and call each other slurs on Discord. Now we're like, oh my God, I can't believe the monster that we've created is out in the world. Oh no, I'm reaping what I sowed. I love it. I want more of it. I'm gonna start doing it. I want people to start doing it at my shows. If it makes me $1 billion, bring a chicken. You know, all these other people are like, oh my God, this is terrible. We can't let the kids do this. See a film then. Minecraft is going to make $1 billion. The other films that make $1 billion was a fucking Super Mario movie, which was good. It was actually great. Really enjoyed it. And then before there was the fucking Barbie movie, wasn't it? And I would argue that Oppenheimer actually doesn't count. Right? Because that got wrapped up in the Barbie movie. It was funny to see Barbie and Oppenheimer. I would almost argue that if the Barbie movie didn't come out when Oppenheimer did, they both would have performed much worse, but Barbie would have crushed it. All right? We are getting slop because that's what we like. Huh? Oh, why don't they make good films anymore? Why don't people just have good cinema etiquette when they go? Because when they make Mickey 17, you don't fucking see it, then they have to chuck it on Netflix 2 days after it comes out in cinema. The only way they're going to get movies back to being good is by actually putting them in the fucking cinema for 3 months and they're not on any streaming service. But you guys won't see them. And also, neither will I. I don't go to the movies. All right? But I am going to see the Minecraft film. Because I want to see the chaos. So, you know, I would like good movies too. Don't get me wrong, but I will not be seeing them. Anyway, guys, loosebeers.com. If you want to bring a bag of eggs to pelt at each other, that's fine by me. It may get you kicked out by the venue, but as long as I make $1 billion, I don't give a fuck. You know what my conspiracy theory is? I think the chicken jockey thing, I think that was an industry-planted meme. I genuinely think that. Because I'm pretty fucking, look, I'm hip. I know whatever, I'm all across the fucking internet. I didn't see that one start. I saw that one halfway through. I think that movies now, especially slop films like the Minecraft movie, I think you write the script and then you give it to the social media team and they fucking ruin it by putting memes in there and shareable moments. Remember when if you pulled a phone out during the cinema, they would behead you like they should? Now, I feel like I've watched half the Minecraft movie on fucking TikTok through some 15-year-old girl's phone. And that's the way the world is now, baby. I don't let people film me. I've noticed that big time. That a lot of people, it's picking up. They want to film the show, and not just like I don't mind people like filming me as I walk on stage or like after the show when I'm saying goodbye. And it's like I don't care about that. But I've had like a few people just fucking pull the phone out from the minute I walk on stage and hold it there for minutes, like just recording the entire fucking thing. And it's like, would you do that at a play? Maybe they would. I don't know. Don't do that. That sucks. And people, when I tell them off, they go, oh, what? What's the problem? I don't know. It's fucking annoying. I can see the glow. I can see it, and the screen isn't even facing me, so I know that fucking 8 people behind you are trying to watch me, and they got to fucking deal with the light. It sucks. That being said, if you would like to bring livestock to fucking, kill it in a halal way, as long as I make a billy, I'm sweet with you doing that. Anyway, speaking of making $1 billion, how about those tariffs? I've been getting emails from every single American company that I've bought any sort of hardware or physical item from, all telling me, hey, if you've ever thought about buying our products, do it now because we're about to double our prices. Isn't that fucking crazy? And all of the emails are like explaining what a tariff is, which I think finally the average person understands. I think genuinely they actually thought that it was a tax on that the exporter pays, but people now have wrapped their heads around, oh fuck, that's going to make everything that I pay for more expensive. Here's the thing though, right? Here's the thing. I think that I don't know about here's what I think. The tariffs, right? The idea of bringing manufacturing back to each country is good, where it's possible. Like, putting fucking tariffs on a country that makes coffee is insane because you literally cannot make coffee in America. It won't grow. There's a certain, I don't know why, but there's a certain part of the earth that the climate is just right to make coffee beans and it just won't fucking grow anywhere else. Right? I get that. Or like putting tariffs on Australia when they're like, oh, we have a trade deficit with all these countries. We can't have a trade deficit. You guys have a trade surplus with Australia. You hit us with a tariff and our prime minister, all he does is like, hey, that's not what a mate does. That's not how a mate treats a mate. I'm so fucking sick of Australian politicians pretending like they're at the pub. Threaten to nuke them. That's what I say. Don't tariff me, we'll fucking nuke you. Oh, I can't stop. I need to stop saying that. I get into show mode where I'm allowed to say the naughty C word and I fucking say it on the podcast and now I have to edit this and censor it. Anyway, I got a little bit upset because that's not how a mate treats a mate. Trump's going, oh, we've got amazing beef. We've got amazing beef. No, you don't, all right? Your fucking cows sit in stalls being fed corn and hormones. All right? That's why every American is as fat as the fucking cows in those stalls because they're eating those diseased cows. Every single cow in Australia is grass-fed beef, free range, because we have so much fucking land that, and like we don't, why the fuck would we import American beef even if it was good? It's all the way over there. Why would you want Australian beef? It's all the way over here. You want to fucking freeze it and put it on a fucking boat and make your own and don't feed it corn. I don't want American beef, even if it was good. Because it's going to be frozen and shipped over. Fuck that. Anyway, what I thought the genius part of the tariffs was him tariffing everyone and then China hitting them with tariffs. And I think China's plan was to tariff the fuck out of the US, which would crash the stock market, which would then put pressure on the states to remove the tariff on China. Instead, Trump goes, gotcha, bitch, removes the tariffs on every other country, and then fucking triples down on tariffing China. Stock market rockets. China fucked. They've got no other moves left, so they just raise the tariff a little bit more. It has no effect. And now China has to come to the table to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. I don't understand the master plan here. I don't know if there is one. Here's what I think. What I was getting to was, I think bringing manufacturing back to America, back to Australia, back to any country is good. And a thing that should be done where it is actually feasible and possible. Because, at least in Western nations, it ensures products are created ethically, right? No child labor, all that kind of stuff. It creates jobs and all this kind of shit. And all those things are true. I don't see, though, how it would be even remotely possible unless every administration after this Trump one also agree with it, right? Because bringing manufacturing back to a country, if it's possible at all, right, is not a 4-year process. That's like a 50-year process, right? Am I crazy? You can't just fucking build phone plants in America in 4 years. That's going to take at least like decades. Phone, cars, everything. And it's going to require billions of dollars of investment, which if I'm the CEO of Nike, right, why the fuck would I spend billions of dollars making a shoe factory when I can just wait 4 years and make less money for 4 years? Trump goes out and the next administration just executive orders everything away. And also, the unfortunate reality of the world is child labor makes it work. Like, the reason why your phone costs $1,000 and not $50,000 is because some poor fucking African is numbing their fingers to the bone, pulling out lithium from the dirt and rare metals and all this kind of shit, and then shipping it off to China so some 12-year-old can assemble the screen, cutting their fingers on the glass. Like, the world runs on child labor, and that's bad. That shouldn't happen. But I'm wondering, not to advocate for child labor here, but can you beat child labor and get rid of child labor without child labor? Do you know what I mean? Like, the reason why in the Western world, America especially, the reason why there's no slavery is because they used slavery to get to a point where they didn't need it anymore. So now they don't need it. That's why, like, it was obviously it's wrong, but you can only really abolish something once you don't really need it anymore. And every civilization was built off the back of child labor and slavery. So it's like, which is obviously wrong. I'm not advocating for it. But like, let's say, thought experiment, we eliminate child labor globally and we move all manufacturing back to more privileged countries. What the fuck happens to the economies of impoverished nations that literally rely on child labor? Do they all die? I don't think they enter a golden age. Maybe the only way to beat child labor is with more child labor. That's what we need to do. We need to start getting these kids out of these fucking Minecraft showings and into some actual mines. That's what we need to do. We need to get these kids in the fucking mines. They've got too much energy, too much time on their hand. Oh, you want to throw popcorn in a cinema? How about you throw rocks into a fucking pile? I need a diamond, mate. I'm trying to make an iPhone. I'm being a bit hyperbolic here, but what I mean is, like, you know, the whole planet runs on exploitation and child labor and exploiting the weaker person, and we are the best in the world at it, and we're so fucking good at it that not only do we employ child slaves to make everything in our homes, we also look down on the people that we are paying to do it for us and go, you guys are fucking animals because you have child slaves. Anyway, where's my $200 pair of shoes? So yeah, I don't know. I think that manufacturing should come back to countries where it's possible, especially Western nations, because we have labor laws. But that's just going to make everything like unbelievably more expensive, from cars to clothes to, like, if we took out third world manufacturing and Chinese manufacturing, to create those things ethically is cost prohibitive to just about anyone on earth. And that's the horrific reality of being a human being, is that when you live in any sort of progressive Western wealthy nation, we are allowed to be kind to one another because we're stepping on the necks of people that we have never even seen without even realizing that we're doing it. And I don't know what the solution to that is, because it seems like the only way for countries to raise themselves out of poverty is quite literally with child labor, because that's how every single country has done it in the world ever. Which is terrible. I guess the only other solution is everyone disbands their military and spends that money on raising their neighbor up, which unfortunately would work. It's unfortunate that we don't do it. Anyway, I just think I don't see the master 4D chess plan that all the Trump supporters seem to be crossing their fingers and hoping exists. I'm not seeing any hints of it. I would love to know what people who are like true believers, like, no, this is going to work. And look, I hope it works. I would love for America to enter a golden age by moving manufacturing back. But I just don't see how that is at all possible in one president's term, because whatever he does, they're undoing it. So I guess we could cross our fingers and hope for a dictatorship and then the tariffs will work, but I'm not so sure if that's a good idea either. One thing's for certain though, didn't I call it back in January? Elon's out. That guy's fucking out. His use was expended and now he's out of here. Don't need him anymore. See you later, mate. Go and pretend to play video games by yourself in your room alone and then cry after everyone bullies you off stream. See you later. All right? He spent all that money trying to win an election in a certain state. They didn't want it. It didn't work. In fact, it didn't work because of him, and now he's out. All right? They're not going to be hanging around together at all anymore. And weirdly, haven't seen him with his kid since. Which is interesting, you know? Like, when you're hanging around the biggest target for wannabe assassins, you've always got your kid draped around your shoulders at public events, but as soon as you're booted out from that, you know, more dangerous environment, kid's nowhere to be seen. Very interesting coincidence. My little meat shield, my little meat shield. So yeah, I think, although I did think they'd have a public falling out. Although, you know, Musk going, I think we should get rid of tariffs on things that affect my businesses. Dude, Tesla's fucked. I reckon they vote him out as CEO. If you're a Tesla investor, would you be happy with Musk right now? I don't think so. He's never at work. All right. He's essentially created a trend of people painting swastikas on your cars. He did a Roman salute. Now no one in Europe is going to buy the fucking car. He helped a guy tariff the fuck out of companies that build his car, making Teslas way more expensive. And China's coming in and doing partnerships now because of the tariffs with Europe to allow in much cheaper, superior electric vehicles. If I'm an investor in Tesla, I'm upset. God, I wish I had money. I'd be putting puts on Tesla. I would have done that. I would have done that months ago. Why am I doing comedy? I could financially bully Elon. I could make money out of Musk's downfall. What a dream. You know, social media is so funny, man. The algorithms are hilarious. The way that each different platform will treat the same video. Like, I put out that real talk about Elon, which is just like jokes. Like, I'm just bang, 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 trying to write as many jokes as I can about a news topic. Like, I don't hate the guy. I think it's funny that he pretended to be the best player in the world at a video game and then played it badly. Right? That's funny. I put it up on TikTok, almost 1 million views. I put it up on Instagram, like, 20, 30,000. Most people being like, I'm engaging with this because this is funny and I think it's good. A little bit of debate back and forth. Put it on Twitter, Elon's own fucking website. Same thing. Dude, I put that video on Facebook. 100% negative reaction. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm on Facebook, but I think it only shows people shit that it knows they will hate so much that they just have to leave a comment and argue in the comment section. I don't know what it is, but almost everything I post on Facebook, just people are angry in the comment section and fighting. Worse than Twitter. It's the most toxic platform. And I don't know if that's the only type of person left on Facebook, but every post, it's not just my post, every time I scroll Facebook, very regrettably, because I had to look at it the other day because of the reaction. I was like, fucking hell, why did everyone on that platform hate my video? Because I don't like ruining people's days. I want to make people laugh. I want my stuff to be seen by people who will enjoy it. So if there's like 150 people who fucking hate the video, I'm like, did I do something wrong, or is this how Facebook works? So I scroll Facebook, open up the comment section of like any post that I see. No one likes anything they're seeing. They're all yelling. I don't get it. Why the fuck are you using that app if it ruins your day? What the fuck are they doing behind the scenes with the algorithm that exclusively shows people shit that makes them so mad that they start fighting with strangers in comment sections? It must be like, I think it's both. Like, it's the algorithm and that's the only people that are left. Just the most bitter, hateful, upset, angry, humorless monsters on earth are just on Facebook. Like, there are extremely horrifically racist people all over Twitter, and even they have a laugh more than the people that I see on Facebook. Granted, it is at the expense of their least favorite race, and I disavow it, but they're at least smiling. You know, people on Facebook, they're not even racist, they just hate everything. Every comment is like, this is bad, here's why. But the funny thing about the Elon one is God, people suck him, don't they? It's so weird to see, like, because let's be real, the guy's objectively unlikable. The dude has no charisma at all. The only reason you would ever like him is because I guess you agree with his politics for the minute. Right? It's crazy seeing people like meat ride that dude. Especially underneath jokes. Like I said before, you know, the real snowflakes now are the MAGA people. Like, they're the real snowflakes who can't take a joke about anything. I got one comment on underneath jokes about Elon Musk on Facebook. This guy going, "Oh, wow, I didn't know you were an elitist. Had to unfollow you for being such an elitist." Brother, I'm making fun of the richest man on earth streaming using his own satellite company from his private jet. I'm the elitist in this scenario. Who the the fuck are the elites if the world's richest man is not one of them? Although that, maybe I tend to agree with that actually, because if I'm an elite, there's no way I would want to hang out with that guy, Like maybe you can be so autistic and unlikable that even though you have the most money on earth, the other elites just can't stand to be around you. So you're experiencing a level of social exclusion that is so severe that you actually get bumped down the privilege ladder, somewhere between like gay white woman and straight black guy. That's how unlikable you are. There's something to that, for sure. So funny, dude. Anyway, what else has been going on? AI art, everyone's upset about that because it's getting really good. They can do fingers now. It's not good. Here's what I think about AI art. It's not art, but I don't think people are bad for making it. All these people are like, oh, AI art destroys the environment. I look it up, I go, really? And you know what they mean by that? It uses electricity. All right, well, let's make electricity better for the environment then. Because if people can generate a funny meme, they're gonna do it. I don't really think that they're fucking evil for doing it. Here's the thing. All over the internet, I'm seeing artists and people that make commissions just railing against AI art and saying that it's taking jobs away from real artists, right? And I'm sure in some degrees that is true, right? But also, all of these artists that do commissions are some of the worst artists I've ever seen in my life. Like, you guys paint fucking dragons sucking on toes. You know what I mean? Like, every time I see someone who's got DM for rates and they're a commission artist, they're just making furry porn. And AI won't do that yet. So you cornered a little niche market there. You'll be all right. Now, of course, I'm being a little bit hyperbolic here because it's funny to make people with genuine concern upset. But you know what I mean? Like, when I look at myself and how I use AI art, there is no fucking way I would ever in my life, even if I had $1 billion, ever commission someone to make it for me. The stuff that I'm making, AI art, it's not art. It's for generating memes to go within jokes in your group chats. Like, that's what everyone's using it for. And all of these artists are going, oh, it's taking away jobs from commission artists. I'm sorry, but never would I ever pay someone $500 to draw me a picture of John Pork selling merchandise at my shows, because that's the type of AI art that I'm generating for my group chat. I'm not taking the job away from anyone because I find it funny to generate John Pork falling off a ladder and then attach that with, an OH&S safety announcement. Like, I don't think any artist lost work there. Now, yes, an artist probably had their work stolen to create that generation of John Pork falling off a ladder. But in that case, I think it should be treated somehow like Spotify streams, where artists that get referenced get paid, or artists can sell their art to these generators, and there's some sort of compensation program needs to exist, because the reality is all of the AI generation, this goes for text as well, it's all based off stolen shit. And also, here's the thing. What is AI art? Like, what is that really? Because when Photoshop came out, I'm sure a bunch of people who were employed to cut and paste with glue lost their jobs. Right? And also, the line between art and AI generated art is so fucking blurry now. Like, when I make a YouTube clip, a stand-up clip, and I subtitle it, that's AI. So a transcriber has lost their job. I literally used to pay people money to transcribe my stand-up clips by hand, by listening to what I was saying and then typing it out and doing the subtitles. Now, that used to take hours. Now, done in 30 seconds using Premiere Pro. Is that AI art? Have I taken a job away from someone? Kinda. But because subtitling isn't a thing that's seen as fun or impressive, it's fine. And don't get me wrong, I think that AI art is as gross as the next person. When I see it out in real life or on a poster or like as advertising, I'm disgusted by it. Because I don't think that's how it should be used. But people are copping flack for like generating an image of themselves as a fucking spaceman. People going, oh, I love you, but don't use AI art. Oh, sorry, what was I supposed to do? Fucking go out and commission someone to make me look like a robot? I would never do that. And you know that I wouldn't. So what are you really mad at? Me fucking using electricity? Okay, let's make solar panels, brother. I just think that unfortunately, and I'm an artist, right? So I want artists to get paid. I would hate to see people consuming AI, but they are already consuming AI comedy. You're seeing this already, you know, all over Instagram Reels and TikTok and YouTube. You're watching people enjoy AI slop. And I think the unfortunate reality as an artist that puts, you know, my blood, sweat, and tears into what I'm trying to create as a human. And I think that a robot will never be able to compete. I understand that people don't give a fuck about how the art was created. They care about what it looks like and what it is when they see it. Some people do. And I think what gives art of all kinds, the most value is the story of its creation, which is generally just a human being going, I felt this, so I made that. This is my feeling that I made into a physical realm. Like, that's what art is. I felt this, I made that. A robot can never do that. It can just make a thing and there's no feeling and there's no story. There's no, like, struggle. You know, like, people enjoy what I do because they've watched me do it for so long and they've been there for the evolution of my career and they've seen me struggle and come out the other end and they've seen me improve and get better and you know, there's the whole story of what I'm doing, and a robot could never do that because it's not real. It's a fucking robot, right? That said, you don't give a fuck what camera this is filmed on. You don't give a fuck what settings I apply to my voice to make it sound better, you know? Like when I click the auto leveler, that used to be a human's job. AI is now leveling the sound and making it sound good for you. That used to be a mixer's job. You don't give a fuck if Adobe Premiere did that for me in 20 seconds or if I paid some guy to do it in 2 hours at a studio. You're just like, this sounds good or this sounds bad. And that is the unfortunate reality, I think, for most people, is they look at something and they feel something. They don't look at something and then go, hang on, before I decide how I feel about this, was this made with AI? Some people do, but most of those people are selling feet pictures that they drew of dogs. So they're not the average person. And maybe that's really unfortunate, but I view AI as inevitable. And it's a tool that will be incorporated into every artist's work. And it already is. And it already has been before ChatGPT and image generation was a thing. When I color grade a video, most of that work is done by the computer. Sure, I'm twisting knobs and dials, but how is that really different from me going, no, make the hat red with a fucking text prompt? You know, like what is not AI art when we're all making shit on the computer? You know, when you listen to a song, the producer didn't play the trumpet. They, you know, and I understand that there's all of these ethical concerns with artists not being compensated and their work is being stolen. And I think that OpenAI and Google and all the other platforms that have stolen the library of Alexandria, like the sum of all human knowledge and art to create this stuff, they should be hit with a giant, I don't know, some kind of class action or suit or something that ensures that people get paid and continue to get paid. Outside of that, I look at AI and I see everyone's concerns and I'm like, well, it's already here. It's arrived and it's never going to go away. Artists, especially kids, you know, they're just going to grow up and it's going to be another tool in the arsenal of a human artist. Especially as it gets better. And I really like it because I get to generate pictures of my friends looking really fat, falling over. And that is what I think that the image generation should be, is it's just memes for the group chat. And if you're not utilizing ChatGPT to make images of in-jokes, you are falling behind in the group chat banter game. Anyway, I think I've got a show tonight. Are people starting to arrive at my house? Let me look. Okay. Not yet. We've got a little bit of time. I've got, I've been doing some writing on Substack. I've been trying this new platform. Speaking of human-generated art, I use AI for all of my art, actual intelligence. I've been writing on Substack once a week, which is like just a written platform. I'm writing funny, satirical articles and just really trying to hone my writing skills because I want to get better at it. I don't know if I want to write a book or whatever, but I used to do this all the time back on Facebook when literally in 2012, 2013, when text posts were the thing. I used to write big, long, multi-page pieces that were supposed to be funny. And was supposed to be, but that were funny. They were hilarious. People liked them. And I stopped doing that because the algorithms changed and no one saw it. But on Substack, everyone actually sees the writing. And for the people that can't read, I also record an audio version. So if you want to subscribe to the Substack and get a weekly email or a weekly text post within the Substack app, just of what I think is funny or interesting or insightful, you can subscribe to that now, and I think you would really enjoy it because I have a lot of thoughts that don't really make videos, and I really am practicing getting better at writing because I love it so much. I do it every day, and it just goes in a notebook, and no one ever sees it. So this is a way for me to get a little bit of that out there to you. And I also record audio versions that you can listen to if you want to listen to it like an audiobook. So yeah, check that out. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to continue over on Patreon right now. It is up right now on patreon.com/LouSpears. And thank you very much for listening and watching and supporting. I will see you tonight in Melbourne if you are coming tonight. And I'm going all over the country next. LouSpears.com. Thank you very much. I hope you have a shit one. Bye.